host is Chris Allen, and it's been a while since we've been on this, hasn't it?
Oh my God, years.
Yeah, yeah. You know, the thing about it
Yep.
is what's really actually pretty cool is the fact that we have, you know, uh, we have really been a while since we've been on Morning Meltdown. So let's talk about how we got that start, and then we can get on to our scheduled discussion about this 2016 election and stuff. But Chris and I had an idea a while ago. Is what we did was is at the time is we had this idea that we could possibly have a show in the morning, and it was going to be called the Morning Meltdown. And what was really cool about it was is we really didn't think that it would amount to anything. Remember that? So
I do.
uh, at the time,
And I'll never forget. Tell me, you want me to get up at what time?
yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that completely. And what was
I
really
was,
cool about it was is that when we decided to do it, you were yeah, you couldn't get up in the morning, and you kept complaining every single day. You complained. It was just unbelievable, you know.
I don't
And
remember the part.
what's that?
I said I don't remember that part, but
Oh, you complained every day. It was just horrible. I was just like, oh my god, it's like cancer. I can't get up. And he doesn't.
by the way,
And
if you hear this crunching sound, excuse me.
it,
That's my coffee.
is it your
You know,
coffee?
when you get up in the morning, it's like I made my coffee and forgot to put the coffee filter in there. So I'm
Yeah,
like, what is going on here? And I realized I put coffee in there without a filter. That's kind of crunchy.
yeah, yeah.
Not bad, actually. Not bad. I kind of like it.
Well, that's kind of cool. I think it's kind of cool. If you ask me, I think it's real cool that you.
Flavor bits.
Yeah, yeah. So, so how's things been going for you lately?
I can't complain. I'm here. I'm alive. I have my kids with me. Awesome.
Yeah,
It's a beautiful time of year. The leaves here in West Virginia are almost at their peak. Some places are already past their peak, but most
yeah,
places are at the peak of color.
yeah.
Beautiful time of the year.
Oh wow. Yeah, I'm actually. You know, the thing about it is we're like at that pivotal point in our. I think it would be in our lives where we're all trying to do something that is phenomenal, if you ask me. And you know, here in Michigan, winter is a fast approaching, and we have fall. The leaves are falling and stuff like that. So it's kind of cool that we fall is actually one of my favorite times of the year. I don't like winter, but I do like fall. So it's kind of cool that we get to do that. You know what I'm
Well, you
saying?
people
So
are killing me because you run around in your boxer shorts and a t-shirt. I mean, everywhere up there, every day, somebody like that's walking in their mailbox to get their mail, or walking in the grocery store like that. I'm like, I'm driving down the road and I've got my jacket on top of a jacket on, and I'm shivering with the heater on. Like, what in the world are these people doing up here?
that's right. That's right.
You
Yep.
do, y'all
Yep.
people. I mean, you walk around like it's springtime
Well,
with snow on the ground.
well, maybe
Hmm.
not like that. I don't know. Maybe it is. I don't know. What do you think? I mean, what is your?
I've
Well, it
seen
gets
some of
it.
this.
You guys get a lot of snow down there yourself.
Yeah, but we don't get like what y'all get up there. Y'all get the wind and the cold with it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree with that. I agree. I agree. So the thing about it is we have this is kind of a reunion for us today, guys, and being a reunion, uh, it has been about 3.5 years, 4 years that we actually got to see um, this this show. We already got to listen to the show, and a lot of it is that we never had the opportunity to literally end it, but we didn't want to end it. You know, we remember that we didn't want to end it. It became too much for you, because getting up, having to take care of the family, and all
Well,
this.
I was in school full time too.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. So, actually, if anybody is actually wondering, we are streaming live on YouTube as well. We have a live video that I'm doing here on YouTube. We're streaming live. You can see me. You can see a picture of Chris. You can see our logo there. Everything looks really cool, and so I'm actually pretty happy about that. Things are looking good. Hopefully,
You just looking at my camera when you said that.
yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about it. Yeah, yeah. Listen to him. He goes, "I'm worried about my look, how I look." Yeah,
I hear the chicken's back.
I wouldn't worry too much about it. You're still as ugly as ever. So
Well, it is early morning, so I mean,
it is. It
and
is.
I'm here. I'm
Yeah.
here live in my camper.
Yeah, yeah. Boy, I tell you, this election has been nothing more than a pain in the ass. I completely. We got a guest going to be coming up in the show here a little bit later. His name is Bill. We call him Bilbo. Okay. He was on our actually night at the round table, and he's going to be coming in here around 8:45. But in the meantime, we were going to get our because when he gets in here, I'm going to apologize ahead of time because this guy does not hold back. And he's not for Trump, and he definitely is not for Hillary at all. So it's kind of going to be one of those things that we all have to what do you call it? We're just gonna have to listen to him because his knowledge of what he does is this perfection. I mean, he does all. Bill is a walking, talking research hound. When he researches something, he finds out. If you need something, you tell this guy to research it. He'll research it and find out. But through this election, you know, him and I were always talking. You know what I'm saying? We were talking about how we did certain things, and what was really cool at that time was the fact that he had came onto one of our shows, and you remember that when it was when he talked for 2 hours straight and everybody was listening. We didn't get a word in edgewise, but
I remember it clearly.
that was not a bad thing, though. You know,
It was not a bad thing. I mean, it was like I felt proud of America when he was talking.
yeah.
And
I mean,
it's like, you know, the presidential song. Have you ever thought about? Can you hear the presidential song in your head? Doesn't it kind of remind you of Ringling Brothers Bailey type of song? A circus song now?
Yeah, it might. Yeah, I think it does,
It does.
one way or the other. I just think,
I mean, it's just turned into just like something that you'd see on Trash Talk or something.
yeah,
You listen to these debates, and it's like one thing. I just like, come on. And then they had that thing floating around on Facebook that this was kind of like a mom and dad going through a divorce, and you're the children.
right. And you know, the thing about that was you know, you have to take the good with the bad. I guess maybe you have to take the good with the bad. I don't really know, but I can tell you this. I feel that this election has been the biggest joke in all of elections ever. When it started out, when I first heard that Donald Trump was going to run for president, I was a little bit like, okay, let's see what he has to say. And then Hillary started running, and then we had other candidates that weren't even being recognized. All the focus was on Hillary and Donald Trump. Hillary and Donald Trump. We had Bernie Sanders. We had Gary
Didn't you
Johnson.
feel like just paid off can you just take this money and float off?
What's that?
Yeah, I just felt like everybody else is kind of like paid off. Shut up.
Yeah.
Cut the airways. Cut them off. Don't, you know, it's just us two.
Right. And that's where I have to agree with you on that. It was just kind of like one of those things where you kind of wonder if at this time do you really feel that Obama had anything to do with this? Personally, I have seen Obama do some very nasty things here. He has completely disrupted this election. He has no right to do this. He
Yeah,
is done. His presidency is done. The only way that President Obama can literally and utterly do anything is declare martial law. And people are wondering if, when in the next 8 days, if that's going to happen. He has started riots. He has started race wars. He has started a lot of things. He literally got on. He talked about James T. Harris is he does a podcast, and I actually have sent that to you. And he literally says that Obama is addressing the African American public, saying, "If you do not vote for Hillary, if you do not, you're going to disappoint me, and you're gonna, and you won't be able to carry on my legacy." Well, his legacy is not that great. Now, there are some things that maybe Obama had done that had basically was great at the time, but in the end, he is literally, in my opinion, and this is my opinion, he is literally sabotaging this whole thing.
well, they do the puppy effect. They go out in the public and it's like, love me, I sing, I do this and
Right.
that. You know, that's great. That's really great that you could do that. But come on, people, look at what's happening and look at what's going on.
Right.
And I hate when you get somebody in there where they think that it's going to have something to do with a gender or a race or something. I mean, we need to have more when we have elections. Have like a Cherokee, a Native American, have a Native American, have different people that live here. It doesn't have to just be some white dude in an office. I mean, have different people, men, women. I understand. I agree with that. There's some women liver that may want Hillary there simply because she's a woman. It's not what's important. It's who can do the job and do it efficiently and best. And you know, I'm to run the United States is like a market. We have a lot of commodities, trades. Donald Trump's a genius at that. Hillary has no experience at all at that. But yet she's sitting there making it sound like on that one conference they had with each other that how much experience do you have? You know, and that's where Trump came back saying, well, I agree with you there. You do have experience, but it's bad. It's bad experience. And that's true.
Right.
What good has she done the time that she was representing us, America? What has she done that helped us in any way?
What have you done for me lately? Yeah, I got it. I know that sounds crazy, doesn't it?
That was on the Control CD, yes. Get it, Control CD.
Yeah, I got you. But this whole thing has become
After all these years, I haven't heard Janet Jackson. And that just fell right off the top of my head.
oh oh, you figured that out?
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, here it's very early in the morning for me.
Yeah, it
And
is.
yeah, we used to do that on the night at the round table. No, not night at the round table. Our music show, late night with Rob and Chris. We would do those music trivias all the time, and you would dig up songs. Oh my God, I don't know where you found these songs at. And sometimes I was still able to guess the name of the song by simply listening to the song. But when you played something by Zeppelin or somebody that they could have a song going about California or whatever, has the title of the song has nothing to do with California. It may have ice cream or something.
Right. Yeah.
You're
Actually,
like,
I'm actually gonna be logging in here directly to our phone lines. If you want to call into our phone lines, the number to call in is 1712-432-3066. When you're prompted, you're gonna put in conference call 922-558, and actually you can sign in and talk to us now. Uh, I think we're going to be, like I said, we're going to be taking control here of what we're doing here. Hold on a minute. I'm trying to log in right now. But anyway, you ever have that opera? You ever have you ever have that moment when you were listening to I don't know, have you ever listened to any of the speeches back and forth between Trump and Hillary and watched the debates and stuff? It was literally a frickin' a mockery. I mean, these people have no right to be in the presidency. Donald Trump, uh, he says he wants to make America great again. He wants to do this. He wants to do that. He wants to do all this other stuff, and that's okay. I mean, there's a lot of things that we can do that it is okay. But at the same token, I feel I feel that he has completely chosen to completely do our thing. You know what I'm saying? What is your feelings about this right now? I mean, what's going on?
Well, it's going to take a drastic measure for anyone to do anything. I mean, the shape that we're in, the deficit that we're in, to get our nation strong again, it's going to take drastic measures. The only fault that I really have about Donald Trump is that he speaks too fast. He doesn't have time to think about what he says. When he can be dangerous by
Right.
speaking too fast. Um, he says some off the top of the head things that may be rude to a lot of people, maybe very downright rude or vulgar to some people.
Right.
So he needs to improve on his personality side. But other than that, that's not what he's here for. I mean,
Right.
you have to do that, yes, of course. You got to be a little of everything. It's like to be the mega rock star. You gotta have it all. You gotta be polished.
Well, hold on a minute. I'm going to sign in. You people are going to actually, I didn't prepare for this, so you're going to hear a phone ring, and then you're going to hear this conference deal go on. So just hang in with me, and we'll get through this. Let's see, what is my region? Where am I calling from? Am I in America here? United, oh, let's see, United States. But anyway, yeah, woohoo, we're doing good. So anyway, I'm gonna do this. Go ahead and continue talking, Chris.
My chance.
Uh,
We've actually had snow so far this year in some places here in West Virginia. It's hard to believe it's almost here, and they're predicting it to be a very deep, wintry snow this year again.
right.
Well, I guess it's about due. We've had it coming for the last decade now. Seems like.
You think so? This weather.
Yeah, I mean, last time we had a deep snowfall up here, a blizzard, I went camping in it. That was, I know, very stupid. But we were in the middle of a research that we wanted to find out some information, and we gathered that information. I do a lot of cryptozoology things, looking for Bigfoot.
Oh my God! You had to
And
bring
those
that up.
things are, yeah, yeah, they're actually, they're very active in the cold times, the deep snow. And that's when you find out your tracks.
There goes the damn roosters. I just knew it.
Well, I am in the country.
Uh, I don't
It
know.
is morning, so.
I don't know what to do about you, sir. Uh, I should have been thinking ahead when I did all this stuff. Trying to think ahead, uh, trying to do this whole thing is just, oh my God. What am I gonna do with myself? Why didn't I just sign this out? It makes us look stupid. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what I did. Yeah, to hang in there with me, Chris. Anyway, so this election has basically started out as a mockery. You know, to me, it's like it's definitely became something that we need uh, to do. We need to possibly change. You know how we're gonna start doing things in this country. I think what has happened, what Donald Trump has done, is I think Donald Trump has proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that he has basically made a mockery of this whole thing. And to me, I think we are in for a hell of a ride in this election. If Hillary is elected president, I think we're going to go to war with Russia. And she wants to create war. She wants to do this, plain simple. And
There's money.
I don't know how you feel about it, but it's
Well, there's money's made off of war for some people. I'm
yeah,
not saying that she's one of them, and I'm not saying she isn't. I believe she is. She'd be the type that would.
yep,
I
yep.
mean, I could hear her. I did not take the bribes.
Is
Not
that
like I did not inhale.
well,
I
whatever.
did not have.
And it
Yeah.
does make you wonder. You know what I'm saying?
I looked at that video just the other day how Bill Clinton looked directly at the America, the world, and just looked with this so serious, sincere look. I did not have sexual intercourse with Monica Lewinsky, or what all he said. This way he looked at you trying to convince you of that.
You think so?
Well, I mean, that's her husband. They're a pair, you're a better half. And now she's doing all this crazy. I'm tired of all this stuff.
All right.
Put that chapter behind us. Let's go on. Our candidates that we have, I would have been a Ted Nugent fan, but unfortunately wasn't in office. But
I apologize.
Trump doesn't. Yeah, you got to take drastic measures. I admire certain presidents around the world. Some of
Right.
them are too drastic.
Right. Well, I hated to do that to you people. I really appreciate, I'm really sorry about that. I normally prepare myself in the beginning of the show and connect like this, but I didn't do it this time. So, again, forgive me, for I have sinned. So,
The bold, rusty forever.
I know, man. Ain't that really like, oh my God, what did I just do? So. But anyway, okay, now that I'm concentrating a little bit more. The thing about it is the dynamics of this election, to me, is going to be something that we're all going to have to face. Okay, if Hillary Clinton is elected president, I think she's a war machine. She wants to create war. Gas prices are going to soar. Things are going to happen, and we're going to be in trouble, big trouble. And I think once we get to that point, we're going to. I have no idea. So anyway, the thing about it is what's going to happen in this this election is if Donald Trump. Now, this yesterday, this is why we're going to get a lot of information from Bill. Once Bill comes in here, he logs in. We're gonna get a lot of information, from him. And that's why I'm kind of looking forward to it, because it's a really scary situation. So, in my opinion, this whole thing is just been nothing short of kind of a catastrophe. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't care about this. You know what I'm saying? They really don't. They don't care.
I mean, we don't deserve something. He does a lot for his country over there. We need somebody that can make us better. And if you're going to have somebody up there continuously lying, crooked activities, and just taking bribes and being paid by people that want us gone, vanished as a nation, what do you have? And they have the gonads like she has to get up there and even try to run for office, which she should, in my opinion, should be in prison.
Right. I agree. I agree 100%. But the thing about it is what are we gonna do? what are we going to do if this happens in our, and there's a lot of people out there who are listening right now. There's, matter of fact, one of the things I really hated most is when someone told me recently, they said, if you vote for Donald Trump, you must be a very uneducated person. You must be this, you must be that. All these other things that we're actually supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be this. Think about that, Chris. How would you like to be told that you're uneducated, that anybody that votes for Donald Trump is uneducated?
They do it on both sides.
Well, no,
there's
no.
how many people have lost friends of 20, 30 years over this election because it's like your neighbors now are probably your enemies over this because one likes Trump, one likes Hillary. Right. It's like we don't have the right anymore to say what we freely feel without being criticized. And then look, if you support Hillary, great. If you support Trump, great. If you vote for Hillary just to shut y'all up, I've had people say things like that. I've had some of the goofiest things. But what you need to do is first, as a people, don't listen to the media. Don't listen to the press. And I'm sorry, press and the media. I'm saying don't put your belief in everything you read. Right. I mean, I've seen things where I'm sure UFOs captured Bigfoot and then they sent them back to eat humans or whatever. Be careful what you read. Resource it. Make sure it's from a legitimate source first before you speak out in public. Now, you can speak your mind. I wonder if that's true. But don't go sitting there saying it is and making this big uprising because it only takes one person whispering in your ear, then 20 other thousand people are whispering something else different. Right. You got all these people spreading all kinds of stuff, and nobody really knows what they're talking about. When you hear it from the horse's mouth, you see it firsthand, like when you're watching the conferences on TV Live. That's a good resource point because you're watching it. But now we took all these micro tolls on places, on social media places, for example, on Facebook. There were countless micro tolls from well-known people, people that had a lot of following, and I would get on a lot of these and I'd monitor them for a while, and it was always unanimous Trump. And then you're hearing Hillary is winning in areas. That is not possible at all. I mean, these are just microtolls. I mean, there are a lot of people speaking both sides, but the majority was always drastically Trump.
Right.
I mean, that shows how the social networking people, real people like you and I, we're not paid to say what we're saying. This is something that we're just that we did on our own.
Yeah, we're actually, like you said, we're real people. We're not being paid, and we're even though we are a podcast radio station, I'm not going to be told by Hillary Clinton that I'm not going to side with this woman. I think she's an evil bitch. I don't want nothing to do with her whatsoever. I don't have any desire to even see her ugly ass face anywhere.
Look what Michael Savage, she cut his network. They were sitting there talking the truth about Hillary, and he got pulled right in the middle of it.
Right.
That's Michael Savage. Yeah, I mean, I love Michael Savage. He's brutal, but that's what's good about it. Kind of reminds me of you. You on a bad day.
Well, again, it's just it's like I said before. It's like one of those things that you really have to concentrate on, and it's like Bernie Sanders when he was running. Everybody's a little bit excited about the younger generations were excited about Bernie. But then the next thing you hear that Bernie's like not dropping out, and then he starts supporting Hillary, and then you find out that he was forced to support her.
I knew that all along. I mean, didn't you have a gut feeling? I mean, without even having to research it, just didn't you have a gut feeling that was going to happen, and it happened exactly the way I knew it was going to happen?
Yeah, well.
And you got people paying to have people start fights at your rallies. Really? That is about as low as you can go.
Right.
That's low. That's very low.
Well, the thing about it is we, as I said before, we're sitting here in this right now. We are sitting here we are a couple weeks away from this election, and then now we're hearing that all those emails that she's a crook. Plain and simple, this woman is nothing more than a crook, and that's exactly what she's doing. And what's bothering me about this is the fact that here we are, and we're all worried about what's going to happen tomorrow. I mean, and the thing about it is the media is attacking Trump with all this crap, bringing up stuff that happened years ago, and then and no one's really talking about the crap that Hillary's doing. Oh, all hail Hillary, all hail Hillary. But we
Doesn't it
got
not remind you of the Jerry Springer show? I mean, and think about it. And all the girls on the Jerry Springer show, how they're always showing their breasts. Now they got these women going around with pasties on at the Hillary campaigns for women's rights.
yeah, well, believe it or not, I have no.
It's a crazy world, I'm telling you what.
It is, and one of the greatest things that we have as a country, we're the ones that can control all this. We the people. I always say we the people. You got that shotgun by you,
I'm
Chris?
getting ready to. Yes, I'm having chicken for dinner today. Really, I am having
This
chicken for
shows
dinner
you how.
today.
This is actually, ladies and gentlemen, this shows you how raw this really is. He's got a chicken every time we get talking. I think he hears the vibration of his voice talking, and then he comes out there running out there, and I guess he sits by the door and just antagonizes Chris all the way. So you know how it goes. But anyway, getting back. Okay, so let's get a little bit organized here. So before Bill comes in, because when he gets in here, it's gonna be hopefully a very good conversation here. And one of the things that really gets me is that we as a country, we are the people, we are the ones that control this. And a lot of times nowadays, what's actually happening is people's not allowing us to make our own decisions. Our decisions are based on what other people are doing. And what I mean by this is the fact that we are allowing other people to make a decision for us. Like, I've had some friends who I had on Facebook that said to me, if you are going to vote for Donald Trump, please remove me as a friend, because I do not want nothing to do with you, because you are endangering my family and my life. And I'm like thinking to myself, are you freaking kidding me? Are you giving me the ultimatum? Like, you're telling me who I can vote for, and then I came up there with a post on Facebook, and I said, look, people, if you're going to decide our friendship on the person who I'm going to vote for, then I guess we're not as good of friends as I thought we were. You see what I'm saying? And who has the right to do that?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, if you had a friend that walked up to you on the street and said, hey, who are you voting for? I was thinking Donald Trump. Oh, we're not friends anymore. If you're going to vote for Trump, we can't be friends. Well, then you tell me who I'm supposed to. Well, you should be voting for Hillary. I'm sorry. There's other choices, people. There is not just Donald Trump or Hillary. There's Gary Johnson, Jill Steins, and we thought Bernie was going to be there, but unfortunately Bernie wasn't there. But the thing about it is what I'm trying to get back to here is what I'm trying to say is we have a choice, and don't let people, interfere with your own thought. If you got friends and stuff and you don't want to be that person that's going to be, what do you call that? I don't know what you call it. You call it stereotyped. I don't know what it is. Being singled out, being tagged. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to have to do that. You don't want to be that person to do that. You see what I'm saying? So, with that being said, we have to be very careful who we're going to vote for. But don't vote for it just because your friend, you want to stay friends with another friend. And these younger generation kids out there, They have no clue to what they're talking about. As a matter of fact, I see it on Facebook all the time. The younger generation are against Trump, and they have no idea whatsoever about this, period. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know what your views are on it, but it is what it is, I guess. So, no matter how we look at it, you know. So, we're going to be bringing in, I guess, we have to bring in Chris again. For some reason, he did something crazy. We'll get him back in here and see what he has to say. Oh, I'm gonna hear here he is again. What happened? What'd you do? Hang up?
No, I don't know what happened. I just lost signal or something.
Yeah. Well, that's what you get.
Talking about Hillary, it's a conspiracy. See right there.
See, yeah, she's already blocking us. She's already trying to destroy us. But boy, when Bill gets here, it's gonna be freaking. It's gonna be a nightmare. It is going to be a nightmare. I could just feel it coming. Nightmare from hell. Oh Lord, help us all, Chris. Help us all. So, I wondered if he lost him again. Are you still there, man?
I'm kind of here. It's kind of right now.
Oh, okay? So you're losing signal then. Turn off your webcam if you can. So, but anyway, yeah, the Hillary deal, the whole thing is it's just a conspiracy. I think the corruption and everything else is being sent to light now. WikiLeaks just yesterday had the FBI is going to reopen the case, and this could disqualify Hillary from running for president. But I don't think it's gonna. I think that she's going to continue, and everything is going to be forgiven, whatever you want to call it. I think we are in trouble for this. I don't know. I mean,
Get out of jail card.
What's that?
She will get a get out of jail free card.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Somebody will be bribed. Somebody will be bribed again. Somebody will be paid again. But they'll probably say, "Listen, in 5 years from now, we'll give you X amount of money, but not right now."
Yeah.
And we'll stick it in your grandma's, bank account.
I think
And
so.
somewhere, somehow, somebody will be bribed and paid, or paid cash.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm.
You ever notice this? Like if your neighbor was, just your everyday, and then all of a sudden he's wearing, all his gold bracelets and everything else, and driving the ultimate cars, and I mean, somebody just all of a sudden just looks like they just came into big money.
Yeah. Well, like
I
said,
was told that by a border crossing guard once before. It's like, listen, you know what's wrong with our job? He said, we make X amount of money a year. When you start off, this is how much money you make. How can you afford a $50,000 Escalade in your first year?
Yeah. Well, they ain't got anything else. They ain't got to pay taxes and stuff like that. So why not?
Well, it's not just the car; it's the big houses and the in-ground pools and everything. When you're making $19,000 to $30,000 a year, and there's a lot of people that are bribed and paid off at all points,
Right.
all points. And if we don't crack down, and we've got a lot of, there's a lot of people in a lot of different communities that are speaking out because, like Trump saying, Mexico will pay for the wall. And they're going to be proud to do it too.
Yeah, but I don't think that's really, he says I think the thing about it is this is what I feel. That's the one thing I just wish he would just let go of, because, the thing about it is the Hispanic population is, a lot of it runs this country. They're doing the jobs that no one else wants to do, and that's good. These are good people.
You're doing all jobs. I mean, my God, they're hardworking people. I mean, they're very hardworking people. They come here and they send a lot of their money back to their country to help their family members. That's awesome, and I'm proud of them for that.
Right.
I mean, they take care of their family. And I wish more people would do that.
Right, right. Well, sometimes that's not the case. I mean, honestly, it's the whole thing. It's just
Well, it's the wall itself is only for if you're illegal. That could be a problem. You could easily become legal,
right.
legalize yourself.
I think it's a
But
metaphor. I think actually, I don't think that there is actually going to be a wall. I think
do
Donald Trump is
do
what
not
he's
lock your
doing is
front
he's just
door at nighttime. You lock your door of your house. You lock your door of your car. You should lock your door of your country too. You don't want just anybody coming into your house. You
that
have
that is actually true. And the thing about it is where a lot of the Hispanic population is worried right now is because he says they're going to round them up and they're going to ship them all back to where they came from. And I don't
I
think
don't
that
want
that's not
illegal. I want one of them that's here to stay here. And you need whatever. I mean, if you want more family members, whatever, just do it legally. I'm
right.
engaged to a girl, a very wonderful lady from the Philippines, and I have to go through the same rhetoric to get her here too. And it's not any comparable just to go from Mexico to the United States. You got the same red tape and everything you got to go through, but it could take between a year to 2 years from the Philippines, one of our closest allies, to get here into the United States, doing it legally, and it's the only way you can get it done. They're very strict about that, and it
Right.
has to be. But however, if a nation's at war, they can just flood your border and bring them all in. And I understand. Let's help everybody that we can help. But there has to be a containment area, and I hate saying it like that. You know, when New Orleans went under, where did FEMA come in? They brought all these trailers down there. If you have to have a large area with a bunch of trailers, give them everything that they're going to have to contain them, and everybody has to, the whole world that can afford to help needs to help. Yes, I understand that. But before they come freely blending into society of your nation, you need to know who. I know their nation's at war, and it's not going to be that easy to get documents. But listen, everything is stored somewhere. Every document is stored somewhere.
Right.
I mean, you're going to get evidence of who you are somehow, some way or another. It just may take a little while, a little inconvenience. Dig back in your file. They may have to be a little bit more lenient on what you could pull up. But for example, I have to go to the Philippines to show that I've been there with her before she could even come here on a K-1 visa, for example.
Mhm.
Uh, we have people from other countries that can just effortlessly fly over here and cause all kinds of havoc on America's soil.
Right.
We don't know anything about them, just that they're from a nation that we're at war with. Does that mean we should stereotype everybody from that area? No, but that just means you really need to keep a closer eye on who's coming in, and it doesn't mean just from that area, because people could, somebody from another nation could go and train with any militant group and blend right into America, get in here and cause all kinds of problems. We know that we have people with adverse training groups here in America now that are training potentially to destroy America, and what are we doing about it? We,
Probably
we send
nothing.
cameras off way at a distance and watch it?
Right. Right.
Yeah. You don't have rights when you're doing something like that. I mean,
Well,
when
the
when
thing.
it, when any extreme, even if it's Christian, like in Waco, Texas, when you become extreme, that's it. You cross borders. You know, there's some things that I don't think in your society should be to get away with. Don't blame the war on a religion. Blame it on ignorance.
Right. 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 Well, I have to agree on that. The thing about it is our country is looking at, you're looking at this whole thing as, like you were just saying, it's this whole balance of trying to find out what we're gonna do, how we're gonna do it, and with that being said, I almost feel sometimes like we're not seeing the light here. We're not seeing the understanding. We're not. Everything seems to be at a loss, in my opinion. And so, with that being said, I mean it's so important for everybody to come together and have this understanding that the person that we're going to put in the White House, we don't want a person that's going to want to go into war. or anything like
Well,
that.
that's the problem with society right there. You just nailed the hammer on the top of that nail. That's the problem with everybody. And if you have rhetoric and you feed off of something, the Bible says this, it's
Right,
Revelation,
right,
and people kind of feed into a frenzy on that. Like if you talk about that fishing hole down there is a great spot to fish, people gather there.
right, right.
People forget that fishing spot. It may have never been a good fishing spot. It may have just been a stroke of luck. But the point is, when you're sitting there and you're you're putting all this stuff together, making it sound like this and that, and starting all this. People tend to fall into that category of it. Listen, right now, take a deep breath. We're alive. We are alive. So while we are alive, we have hope. While we have hope, you need to think more positive. There is not going to be a World War III because we're not going to put up with it. We're not going to allow it because we are dignified enough to be smart enough, intelligent enough people to understand that if there is a solution to a situation, resolve it. It doesn't mean you're going to get your way. It doesn't mean we'll get our way. There's a way that you can come to some conclusion, rather than wiping people off the earth. Now,
Right.
when you have an extreme group that believes that, well, you don't believe in the way I believe in my religion, and we're going to kill all you because you don't believe the way we believe. You got the problem. It's not us.
That's right. So let's
Don't you listen? Don't you think that if God, Allah, or whoever you worship was all that powerful? And I'm not speaking bad against what you believe in. I'm just saying use your mind for a moment.
right.
If you do not think he is that powerful, if he is all that powerful, he created life correctly. Could he not take care of ending life himself? Why would he want to put a person that you hear a voice in your head, I must go kill these people? You got an issue. You're the one of the problem. You know,
Yeah,
God
that
is powerful enough to create the universe, the worlds, everything. He is powerful enough to destroy it himself. What
well,
we need to do is do what God put us here. What Allah put us here for is to breathe, to live, to eat, to harmonize with the world. We need to live together.
that's right. That's right. That's
I mean,
right. And like a good friend of mine said, it ain't over till the fat lady sings. So let's
you sound like Trump now.
really. Uh, all right. Hey, Bill, are you with us? Hey, Bill.
I did not inhale.
Hold on a minute. I think we'll get Bill in here. Hey, Bill, you
Wrong
with
Bill.
us? All right. Woohoo! Well, anyway, I've been waiting for you to get on the air. We actually been talking about this. Right, right, right. Right, right.
was selling off a lot of stocks, and they sold they sold purchased all of they were all gold, all of the gold,
Uh huh.
including the big ticket in the Bernie stock money, which was hard currency money. And it was not a good time. I mean, those people that bank, they have hundreds of trillions of dollars.
Right.
I mean, hundreds of trillions of dollars. And the thing is that that thing isn't you know being one for one party or the other per se.
Right, right.
We're just at things at the moment with Donald Trump with his recession, especially what he's done in the past 100 days.
Right.
And the fact that he came in saying I'm an outsider, blah blah blah. The system is screwed. Bernie was right in putting the closest story being totally screwed. And the thing that has come out in the past couple of days is saying that he gets in, you know, he's going to limit term limits. But well, I tell you what, all these promises in Congress are looking at unemployment. You're talking about hundreds of the most powerful people in this country that are just protecting corporations, this and that, the other thing. Nobody wants to see themselves a part of it.